And what is up, everybody? I'm giving a review, and 3 guesses what my review is going to be on. Wrong. It's Wonder Woman. And for some reason, it's like they didn't have any Wonder Woman cups, and I get a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 cup, whatever. But, so, this movie was good. You know, I had a feeling that this was going to be the only DC movie worth watching, and I was right so far. You know, I'm not going to bother with Justice League because there's just so many things wrong with it, and, you know, not even going to get into it. This one seemed like the only one that they were actually getting right, despite the fact that so many feminists were protesting against it. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. You finally have a strong female protagonist who, more than anything, stands up for women's rights. But because, you know, she's actually like skinny and beautiful, I was like, this, you know, I didn't know Gal Gadot was, well, it took, you know, I didn't know she was Jewish. I figured she was European, which is perfect, you know, to play, you know, Greek, which is perfectly fine. But turns out that she was a combat trainer for Israeli armed forces. It's like, that's ridiculous. This woman's a badass, and you got a problem with her being Wonder Woman? What the hell sense does that make? But more about that. As far as the film goes, the story was absolutely great. No fans of bust, the story was great, which is weird for not Christopher Nolan, Zack Snyder, because normally he can't tell a story to save his life. This was actually a pretty good story. The problem was the special effects, entirely too much of it, and it didn't blend well enough. It's, you know, the whole purpose of this is to like suspend your disbelief, yet for some odd reason you couldn't do that. You know, it's pretty sad when you can't do that. It doesn't make any sense when you can't do that, when you can clearly see that they're behind a green screen, and granted the slow motion and the poses and everything like that, it felt entirely too forced. You know, so it actually takes you out of the movie, which is, for as much as was riding on this movie, it was I feel it was a bad choice to do that, you know, to have done that. That being said, it is still a very good movie, and like I said, it might be the only good DC movie that comes out. I mean, clearly biting off of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and the fact that it's, I could be wrong, but I remember I could have sworn it was supposed to be World War II, and you know, but it's actually World War I. I wasn't I wasn't alive back then. I just knew that she was in the middle of a conflict. You know, she leaves Themyscira in the middle of a conflict. That's all I know. Chris Pine did a great job. Gal Gadot, being, you know, a woman who's been surrounded by women her whole life, to come out and see the world of men, that was cool to see. Her being naive as well as being, you know, the superhero that Wonder Woman is. On top of that, even a lot of the war scenes, it started to trigger my PTSD. It almost felt like a war movie, which is totally understandable because it took place in war. I mean, as great as the Captain America: The First Avenger was, it wasn't a war movie. It was still a superhero movie. This was a superhero movie that happened to be you know. This felt more like a war movie that had a superhero in it. You know, to an extent, it was still, you know, by all means, a superhero action flick, and it was good. No fans of buts. So this was the pre-night screening, and this door is impossible to open. That being said, let's see. They're not letting me out through here. Oh, that's not cool. Okay, looks like I'm trapped. Oh, that being said, this isn't one of those drop what you're doing right now moments that I would say. It's like, whatever you're doing, you know, stop what you're doing right now, go out and see this movie. This isn't one of those, but it was good. It was good. So no ifs, ands, or buts, you know. Schedule a date night. You know, actually go out and see it. I encourage you, my few followers and people that don't troll me, to actually go out and see the movie. Gal Gadot did a great job. Chris Pine did a great job. The storytelling, the acting, dialogue, good. Aside from the special effects, not blended properly, didn't look realistic enough. But no ifs, ands, or buts. It was good. Still not gonna watch Justice League, but if nothing else, we'll go out and watch this movie. And I'm done talking. So everybody, you guys have a good night.